What I would like to see is a time in which our company and our country is a lot more secure than it is right now, where people have a comfort level and the ability to invest in the things that they enjoy. And I'd like to see, our technology really able to put tremendous features like we've done for the high-end legacy stuff down into a $50 product. I'd like to see us use technology and sort of the emerging desire to create better products for less money so that we have a starter set that's $150. I'd like to see a time when we have more connectivity along the lines of what we were talking about with modular, so that more people have a chance to participate in ways that make sense for them. I think the real problem with hardcore hobbies that have been around for a long time is we try to force people to play at our level instead of trying to figure out what level they want to and can play. And I think that's critical for our hobby. And so I would like this to be a day when we've got ways for people to participate, whether it's virtual modular building online or meeting at major events in major cities to do this covered by TV. That's the kind of day I'd like to see. More important, I'd like to see Lionel more grounded in the United States. I'm not a xenophobe, and I understand the world is not flat, and I get all that, okay? But I believe there's a role for making product in this country that doesn't have to be impractical, that doesn't have to be that difficult, that I'd like to see us with a significant percentage of our products made here in the States. And these are all efforts, as I said earlier, that got retarded by the sort of last 3 years of economic maelstrom, but they're still on our minds and they're still in our priorities. And so I would hope that in 5 years we're a lot further down that track. When I got to the company, it was probably one of the worst times in the model train business in its entire history. I mean, it wasn't about trains, it was about rancor and anger and lawsuits and really partisan positions on both sides, those who loved Lionel and those who did not. And it wasn't about the hobby anymore. It wasn't about what I love about the hobby. It wasn't about the fellowship. It wasn't about the expression of nostalgia, all the good things that make this, such a wholesome, wonderful hobby. It was about some really bad things. And I think since then to now, it's not about that anymore. I mean, I think, we're all in the business together. We do business with MTH. I mean, we compete. Don't get me wrong. I want to beat them up every day in the marketplace. I mean, I don't want to do it in court. And I'm proudest of the fact and happiest about the fact that it's about the hobby again. And the second part of that is, when I got to the company, we had a lot of critics about our product, whether they were right or wrong, about how the product worked, what the value was. Again, I gauge a lot by my interaction with the fans, because this is such an expressive hobby. You can tell if you're doing a good job or a bad job really quickly. At Coke, it probably takes a lot longer, but here, man, like that. And this was my 6th time at Charlie Rose, and I hate to keep mentioning that, but that's one of the things I do every year, where I come in contact with a lot of fans. And in the early years, I spent about 80% of my time apologizing, promising to do better, or investigating problems. Literally. This year, and it's been growing, but this year, I spent about 80% of my time being told what a wonderful job we're doing, that it's the best product they've ever seen, and how happy they are. That's an amazing change. But I think that's the peace dividend as well. So we're not spending our money and time fighting lawsuits or contentious rivalries that aren't about making good product. It's great to have a rivalry about making great product, and I think now that's what we have. And I think everybody's got the time and the headspace to put that into making the best product. How do we make the best features? How do we make the smallest and best board so that we can put our great features into different trains? I mean, it's all about the right stuff, and I think that now, more so than ever, despite the terrible economic times that we've gone through, it's about good trains, and it's about being responsive to what people want, and that's very, very gratifying considering where I started.